Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, it's Thursday night, rained a little bit. I decided to stay home from the track and do a little work. You know, I ain't showed y'all this thing. I just got to think about it. Look how clean this thing is. Look at that paint. Man, look at them wheels. Look at that bed. So a little story on this thing right here. Customer brought it to me, said he gave $900 for this truck. So he took it. The bed had a little rust in the middle of it, down in the floor. So he found a bed for $450. Put on it. Went and had this truck painted. I don't know who painted this thing, but they done a freaking killer job. I don't even know what he paid, but I can tell you just by looking around it, it don't look like it's ever been wet sand buffed. That thing looks good. Look at that. It's dirty too. Look at it. It's got dust on it. But look at this thing. I don't know who painted this thing. Like I said, there ain't no, it ain't been wet sand buffed. It don't look, I mean, it might have. But if they did, they done a killer job on it. And look at that right there. Tell me how nice this thing is. It had the seat recovered in it. Door panels, dash. 81 model. But it's about the best 81 model Ford truck I've seen. We done valve cover gaskets. We painted the valve covers and the valve cover gaskets. Somebody had silicone them and just put them on with no gasket at all. And they were freaking pouring. So we fixed that. Then we took the carburetor and we rebuilt it. I got the vacuum line hooked off there to the top so it don't leak. But we're gonna let it sit for a day or so and then fire it up and make sure it cranks, because what would happen is after it'd sit for a few days, all the fuel would leak out of the bowl, and then you have to pump it till you got enough fuel to fire it off. Man, I like this truck. Like I said, he told me about what he had, and he told me about $8,000, $9,000 he has in it. I'm gonna tell you, I don't think he'd have a problem getting it back out of it. Look at that thing. Sharp old Ford. I've looked all over. I mean, it's a nice truck. So I figured it'd be time to get down here tonight. Go ahead and let's get these heads on this motor, get ready, because Montgomery called and said that he back cut the stator, so it gives a few more 100 RPM, a few more hundred. So it gives a little bit more RPM, a few more 100 RPM. For some reason that don't sound right to me. But he back cut the stator, and he said he found this plug in there. It's a brass plug that he puts in them. He said mine had like, how did he say that? Anyway, there's an orifice at the way, and it had collapsed, the plug. He said that he'd seen it the other day on Nigel's also. He said, so he put a steel plug in Nigel's, and he went ahead and put a steel plug in mine. Said that basically the orifice collapsed down, or where it crushes down. So he went ahead and took care of it. So he said it should take care of my issues. So I figure he probably shipped it out today. I'll probably get it tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these heads on tonight. I got Travis Smith's injectors over there. Clean them for him to help him out. Get them good and clean. That way I can take them to him. So let's get these heads on this motor real quick. Check this out. Four ribs. Four. 1, 2, 3. This one don't even have all 4 like the other ones. I mean, it does, but it don't. You can see right here. See right there? So I missed the thing. I'm gonna look see if one of my other ones has a good groove. I'm gonna measure them and make sure they're all the same. If I got one of my other one, I'm gonna use my other one, because that don't even look like, I don't know. You'd think $360 set of gaskets, that all come looking the same, and not like that. Like I said, they're smooth on the back, but look at that thing on the front. Kind of strange. Let me look over to see if I got one. Yeah, you know I couldn't resist it. I had to open it up. So hopefully that'll get some more coolant moving a little faster. And good, this one looks pretty good. There's a little burr there, but not bad. So we're gonna try it out. You know, I'm all about trying to make stuff better. So I'm here messing with these gaskets. I noticed on these Athenas, had a real small hole right here. One thing I learned from Nikki's dad, Jeff growing up, like when we used to turn around and when he used to be in the cars and stuff like that a lot, where he was building fast cars and stuff, they would get in there and they would port the coolant system on the motor. Like they would go through it in the head, the coolant passage, they'd knock the burrs down and all inside of them, because the cooler the motor runs, the better that water can flow. The cooler it runs, more power it will make. So they would always go up in them heads, them old small block heads. They had a lot of casting flaws. They're not like these heads. These are smooth, but they'd get in here and they'd clean up them. They'd match their port, their gaskets and all, just like you would on an intake. They'd do it on the coolant system, so that way the water can get in and out of it really, really well. Well, I was looking at this old gasket here, and it had just a small port on it, so I went ahead and cleaned it up a little bit on that corner. This is the back, so water comes in through this port here, pushes all the way to the bottom of the motor. It has these ports to let it bleed through beside the cylinders, but these come back through and come to the front, and they come down right here and come out. That's how the coolant system works on this. So I figure if I can open it up a little bit, maybe cause a little less pressure on it. I had another block out back, I laid it on it. So I figure if we can get the pressure through it a little bit faster, a little smoother, it'll have less pressure, because pressure is resistance. I mean, there's blockage. Anytime you have pressure, it's because there's resistance there. So I might go out there and do a little work on that one too while I'm at it. So after measuring, I found one used ring that is the same. It's not ovaled at all, and it has all the little ribs in it. So we're gonna shoot with that one. Like I said, I talked to Nigel. He said as long as it ain't out around it, measure out the same, use it. So that's what I'm gonna do, like I said, because it has some grooves. I don't know, the other ring must have been like a Friday or Monday ring, as Nigel said. So, oh well, we're gonna put it together, and hopefully we don't have to do it on the other side. Hopefully all of them look good. There she is. Heads are on it, rockers are on it, push rods are on it. Made sure I turned it over, made sure all of them turn like they're supposed to. You know, them are old stock rockers. Not even a training upgrade. I got the upgrade, the training. One of these yours, right there. I got a training upgrade right there. For them, I ain't never put in them because they ain't never failed me. So y'all knock on wood, hopefully they don't ever fail me, and I never have to use it. But I got one over there just in case I ever need to put one in it. But so far, these old stock rockers have done what I need to do up to 8,500 RPM. So no complaints there. Put my diaper on tomorrow. Hopefully my torque converter will come. We set this thing back down there. I gotta pull these plugs off. I'm gonna put a crossover pipe, get some of that pressure off them heads. Yes sir, converter came. Ready to put this thing in now. Well, I tried to take this thing to the garage and it looks like I'm out of gas. Oh my Lord. I'd have to figure that hill I could coast off of it. Well, this thing don't coast too well, I guess. Colby to the rescue, look at him. Here comes save the day. All right, well, I got the motor plates. I painted them this time, bolted them up on there. I'm letting them, I had to put silicone on them, so I'm letting them dry. Also got to looking, you know, I remember when I took this thing apart, when I welded this up, there was a passage here anyways. That's why I done it like that. Because I remember, because see the thermostat, it opens, and it lets water recirculate back in here until it warms up, and then it lets it come through here. By the way this is designed, well, that ain't my problem. There's plenty enough for that thing to recirculate back through itself right there. So the heater hoses was not the issue. So we got to figure out why we're having coolant pressure issues. Hopefully it might have just been the head gaskets. We'll see. We'll get it together. We'll try it out and see what we can do from it. See what it does. Not only does it got a coyote across the windshield, it got it on the side of it. You Ford boys, y'all a special kind of breed. Look at y'all. I want to show y'all something. This is why it's important to keep your machine cleaned out. I go through this thing a lot. You know, I clean up a lot of people's injectors and stuff. And I constantly have to pull the back off this thing and flush everything out, because that's the stuff I get out of when I'm cleaning the injectors. This is just by doing the flow side. I usually clean them on this side, and then that's flow. This is the stuff we pick up, the dirt, the sand, and all that. We get this thing washed out, get it put back together, and be ready for the next set of injectors. Now this machine's far from clean. But like I said, I do try keeping my my fuel tank here clean. This ain't got nothing but a little simple pump. It's really not designed for big injectors. So I don't do like billet atomizers or nothing like that. I am planning on going through, I'm gonna make a larger tank for it. I'm gonna put a larger tank back here. I'm gonna upgrade this fuel pump and the line that feeds up to the top of the rail. But what I gotta do, I'm gonna give me some of these bore sets or whatever. I'm thinking about I've been looking online for them and trying to find some that's like 350. I want some that's basically about that tall. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna go get me some tubes the same size, and I'm gonna glue them to it, and I'm gonna extend it, because I want to extend it taller. I'm gonna upgrade the fuel pump in it and the fuel feed line, and that way we can run some injectors, some bigger injectors, wide open. But that's what my plan is: to take this top off here, extend it up, and get some longer tubes, come up like this tall, and then just upgrade the fuel pump and the feed line. I'll take this pump and go to like a 340 LPH, or 340, a 450 LPH. I'll change that over to like a 450 pump and upgrade that line, and then I should be able to do some bigger injectors off this thing, wide open, and see about what the flow is on. That's my next plan. But to get this thing put back together, now I got it clean. And also, like I said, I take the sock on and I'll wash it out too real good or whatnot. That's what that glitter is down on the floor, where I'll wash it out just now. Let me put it back together, get everything cleaned up. All right, now with my lower hose crossed through, when I went to stick it up on here, I was gonna back outside and test it. I guess we ain't gonna put no coolant, we're gonna back it outside and test it anyway. I'm gonna throw my little boot on here, I'm gonna fire it up. I ain't videoed much, I've been just trying to get stuff done. So like I said, that cross, I'll have to get a fitting for that. And we're gonna do something different with it anyway, so we'll get it figured out. So I run a heat cycle in it. So now I've gone through and pulled these rocker arm off, this exhaust manifold. I've retorqued the head, I put the rocker arms back on it, the manifold on it. Fixed to put the coil and the valve cover back on it. And I'll be done with this side. I'll switch over to the other side and get it done real quick. All right, now, well, got everything back together. Got the heads retorqued. Nikki come down here helped me a little bit. I ended up going through and went to put it up on the brake. And I felt cold. I felt air blowing past my arm, a lot of it. So, got the boost leak tester out. About to get Nikki to take the old gauge here and shoot some air in it. Let's figure out where the leak is on the intercooler there, because there is definitely a leak. As soon as it started to build boost, I could feel it inside just blowing air all on my arm. Let's find that leak real quick. All right, guys, can you see it right there? Look. We split the weld on it. See it? I thought it blew past me right there, but we cracked the weld on it. It made 58 pounds of boost, so we'll get that fixed. All right, guys, well, I'm in that video here, so please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you on later. We'll get the intercooler fixed this week. Get it back, get Nigel to tune it, get everything straightened out. The injectors were real dirty. Nigel's injectors were real dirty, so we're gonna go through and get all that right. So please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you on later. Thank you.